You are listening to Houston Weekend Magazine. My name is Mystic Matthews, and joining me on the show today is Rhonda Heffernan. She is founder and chair of Stop the Crosby Puppy Massacre, and she is here today to talk to us about the issue of abandoned dogs and puppies that first started in the Crosby area, and of course, this is an issue everywhere. So welcome to the show today, Rhonda.
Thank you. I really appreciate your having me, Mystic.
Well, I'm glad to have you on, and I realize that this is not always a fun topic to talk about, but something that obviously is dear to your heart because this is something that you saw a need. So tell us how this all started and of course, talk about the organization itself.
Well, about a year ago, I was living near the Crosby area. I had been doing dog fostering for a group called Pals for Pooches out of Kingwood previous to that. I received an email one night that said there was a terrible puppy massacre on the San Jacinto River near Crosby. I decided to go check it out and see what was going on. What I found there basically was a whole dog dumping ground on the banks of the San Jacinto River. And terrible things were happening to those dogs after they were dumped. We found them in various states of mutilation, dogs being shot, chased with four-wheelers, just terrible things going on. I did try to get the attention and help of a couple of organizations, for instance, the SPCA. But we also contacted Harris County Sheriff's Department, but really weren't able to get any support. So that's when I decided I couldn't let this go. This shouldn't be happening in our community. We're better than that. So I decided to create an organization and try to help the dogs that were being dumped in this place and stop the abuse and abandonment.
Okay, now, whenever this was happening, were they still alive at the time?
Part of the dogs were alive and part of the dogs were not.
Okay, it just depends on what stage you found them.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. That's a terrible thing. I'm familiar with the area because my parents are from Crosby. People do ride four-wheelers out there, and people out there quite often sometimes. So I can't imagine being out there and finding these things or having to get the call to go check this out. I mean, that must have been really tough.
It was really tough. It was a hard thing to see and to deal with. You know, sometimes in life you just have to face those tough issues if you want to do anything. I decided just to draw a line in the sand. I got some help starting a website and a Facebook page. And since that time, we've saved over 50 animals from the area. Currently, we're working with the DA in charge of animal cruelty. They've been a big help to us. We're working with HPD to try to get more surveillance up, try to get warning signs up. A lot of people in the Crosby area, they're wonderful people, and I don't think they realize what's going on. And so we want to do a lot of community education about what's happening.
Okay, and when this was going on and when you were finding all of this out and starting to move forward with helping to stop this from happening, are you knowing who was doing this? And is that part of the process also, was trying to figure out who was making this happen?
Yes, we don't know who's doing it. Just yesterday morning, we found 3 new dogs abandoned at the site. So it is still going on. We think we've slowed it up a bit, but hopefully with the new monitoring and the support of the DA and Houston Police Department, you know, we'll put an end to it.
Okay. I mean, it is possible that it's multiple people doing this because of the area and just being able to use that as a facility to do that.
We were told by the business and landowners around that area that this animal dumping, abandonment, and chasing them with four-wheelers, this kind of stuff has been going on for years. So there could have been in the past hundreds of dogs there that have perished. And so we just want to put a stop to it now. You know, abandonment happens all over Harris County, but it's what is happening to these dogs is just horrific.
Absolutely. You've been there and seen it and taken pictures and having to show this to other people. I mean, I can't imagine because I haven't seen the pictures and I don't want to.
Right.
But people have and you have to sometimes in order to help put a stop to it. So it's definitely wonderful that you are doing this. Now, I know that you mentioned before that you're kind of morphing this organization into another one. Tell us about that.
Yes, we decided that to try to stop animal abandonment and cruelty all over Northeast Harris County, which is sometimes sort of a neglected area. Some people in Harris County, I don't think they even have heard of Barrett, Highlands, Crosby. It kind of seems like a faraway place, but in actuality, it's about 25 minutes from downtown Houston.
Especially with the new Highway 90. You just get on and you're there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very close to Houston. We decided to start an organization to help educate the community out there that abandonment is illegal. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. And we want to give people alternatives to abandoning their animals, ways to rehome them that are cruelty-free. Also educate people about spay and neuter. It's so important. Of the 50 animals we have rescued, only one has been neutered. Then we just want to do, what we can, anything we can to help the animals up there.
Okay, and so what's the name of the new organization that you are working on forming?
It's the Animal Safety League of Northeast Harris County. We have a pending 501c3 application, so we hope to become an official charity soon.
Okay. When people are, just interested in finding out more about this, where do they go?
We really need people from all over. We need your help. You can go to our website, which is www.crosbypuppymassacre.wordpress.com. And please don't be scared away by the name. There's a lot of positive things on the website. There's a lot of information about how to rehome dogs. We have a lot of happy tale stories about the dogs we've saved. And we also have dogs that are up for adoption if you're interested in adopting a pet. So please go on our website. We also have a Facebook page. It's called Stop the Crosby Puppy Massacre. You can look us up. So far, we have about 2,600 followers, and it gives you up-to-date details of how you can help us. And we currently, like I said, we found 3 dogs yesterday, and we're doing a chip-in for them. We've named them the Cinderella dogs because we hope to give them a better life.
The dogs that you do find, if you can help rehabilitate them, if they're not, too injured or too far to be helped, take them in, foster them. Of course, that takes vet bills and money and that sort of thing. So are you also looking for people to help with donations and volunteers as well?
Yes, we're looking for both. And we do have, whenever we find a new animal, or for instance, these 3 animals, we do chip-ins on our website and Facebook page that pays for our vet expenses and our boarding until we can place those dogs with either rescue groups or in no-kill shelters.
Okay, and are there any certain shelters that you work with, or just anyone that can help?
We have worked with a lot of different organizations. We've worked with Lone Star Boxer Rescue. We've sent a dog to Kansas through the National Brittany Rescue. The dogs that we find they're all kinds. They're from Chihuahuas to Rottweilers. We have found a couple of dogs that have been extremely abused to pit bulls. So it's a real variety that's being dumped out there. We have worked with the Austin Humane Society. They've been very cooperative with us.
Okay. And that was my next question, was what type of animals or dogs do you normally find? But it's all different.
They range, all different breeds, shapes, sizes, and most of them are so sweet and loving. A lot of them are terrified at first. They don't know what's happened to them. They're out in the middle of nowhere. Then a lot of people are mean to them. So we try to get them out as quickly as possible and raise donations for them, and then get them into a safe environment.
As far as just the process, how often are you out there looking and checking to see when someone has left an animal or abandoned them? How does that work exactly?
We have a group of ladies that go out every day. We currently have 3 dogs out there. We call them the Friends after the television show. We've rescued Joey, Rachel, and...
How funny.
Yes. Well, we still have Monica, Phoebe, and Ross out at the site, and they're very afraid, and we're currently trying to rescue them.
Okay,
and,
so they're still there, like, kind of running loose.
They are. And some of the dogs, I would say 90% of the dogs just jump in the car. They want to get out of there. But there are some that have been so traumatized that they're afraid. We send out a trapper and catch those dogs. And it's funny, once you trap them, they're as sweet as they can be. They surrender and they're, happy. And so, but we do have some out there right now. And so we have volunteers that go out and feed every day and look around the area and see what's going on.
Okay, so you basically have a search team that goes on a daily basis to check the area and look for new animals that may have come along in the meantime since the last person was there.
And our goal, of course, is to stop the abandonment in that area, especially because we're not there 24/7. So
right.
Bad things happen to these animals. We've had animals hit by cars before we could get to them and shot, everything. So it's a really dangerous, terrible place. So we try to get them out as quickly as we can.
Absolutely. But a good warning is the fact that you guys are there on a daily basis. So at some point you are going to be caught if you are out there trying to leave your animal.
You will be caught. The DA and the police department are working with us, and we're coming up with new ways to monitor the area. So don't be the one to do this. You know, there are a lot of good alternatives, and we have those listed on our website.
Wonderful. So if you need help in the situation, if you are trying to do something with your animal because you are at a point where you can't take care of them anymore, then there are definitely resources out there.
Yes, many wonderful rescue groups in Houston that will help you rehome your animal. And we have links to all that on our website.
Wonderful. And give us the website one more time.
It is www.crosbypuppymassacre.wordpress.com.
Okay, and the Facebook page is
Stop the Crosby Puppy Massacre.
Thank you, Rhonda, for coming in.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed it.
Wonderful. Is there anything else that we wanted to mention that we didn't get to talk about?
Just would love everyone's support, and please visit our website and Facebook page.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rhonda Heffernan, founder and chair of Stop the Crosby Puppy Massacre. We appreciate your time on Houston Weekend Magazine. I'm Mystic Matthews.